Hello lovelies, hello my whitey family. How are we all doing? I trust you're keeping safe and also having a good time. Today we'll be making together groundnut soup made with palm nuts or palm fruit base. Groundnut soup is very popular with the people from Edo State and also the northern part of Nigeria. So today in this kitchen, this is what we'll be making. Simple and straightforward recipe you can always try out for your family. Thank you for clicking on this video. Do not click away. Let's cook together, and do not forget to give me a thumbs up and drop your comments so I know you were here. To those who have been supporting me so far, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, do not forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to all, so when I drop videos you can get notified and you also come watch it. So let's get right into introduction of the ingredients. On the screen there I have my grilled mackerel fish. It's frozen because I brought it out from the freezer. I also have my ginger garlic mixture in cubes. I have a recipe on that. I'll link it up here so you can also go check it out. I have seasoning cubes. I also have dry bitter leaf. I have my crayfish. I have chopped onions, and that's the palm soup base I'll be using, palm fruit base I'll be using. You can use fresh palm fruits if you have access to it. I'll be using 5 cubes of frozen spinach as well. I'll be using salt and of course pepper to cook with. So the key ingredients to this groundnut soup is our groundnuts. There I have 2 cups of groundnuts. It's actually raw. I am going to be roasting it in my oven, and I'll be peeling and blending it with the use of my blender into a very smooth paste. So if you don't have this groundnut, you can actually use peanut sauce if that is what you have. It will give you the same end result. So for protein, I'll be using chicken. I have a few pieces of cow skin, which we popularly call pomo. I have cow stripe, that's shaki as well, in the pot there. That's what I'll be using. You can choose to use any protein of your choice, either way as well. So to the chicken, I'll be adding my garlic mixture. That's garlic, ginger, onions and shallots, which I blended together. Some salt, seasoning cubes. I'm actually going to be steaming this chicken in its own juice. I will not be adding water at first. I'll allow it steam on its own so that it can absorb all the flavors. Now I just added additional onions to it because I love to use fresh pepper, not dry pepper. So I just added fresh pepper to it now. So I am now going to cover the pot and allow it steam for a few minutes. We'll come back to it after 5 minutes to stir. I'm not stirring so much at this point. So after a few minutes I came back to check. I'm now going to just steam. If you look into the pot, you see that already the chicken is bringing out water, its own juice. So I just stirred again just to turn the other side of the chicken, and then I'm going to cover and come back after another 5 minutes. At this point I feel the chicken is ready to go into the oven. It's been cooking for a few minutes. So what I'm doing at this point is transferring the chicken into an oven tray. I'm going to be grilling it in the oven to brown it up a bit, and then I'll be returning it back into the pot. You can choose to cook with your chicken straight away like that. You can decide to also fry as well, but I always like to grill my chicken. Here it's ready after like almost 10 minutes. This is what I have, and then I'm going to return it back into the pot. So if you have watched to this point and not subscribed, please make sure the subscribe button is turned from red to gray. I will appreciate you turning on the bell to all as well, so when I drop videos you get notified and you come watch it. So I added just a part of the chicken, not all of it, and then I'm adding my grilled fish as well. At this point I'll add just a little bit of water. I'm going to add a little bit of water to the pot, yeah, stock water, and then I'm going to cover the pot and allow it to cook or come to a boil. Yeah, it's boiling, and I'm sure of the flavors from the fish, the chicken has gone into the water. So at this point I am going to be adding my salt, crayfish. Like you can see, I had fresh pepper when I was boiling the chicken, so it's hot enough. I don't need more pepper, but at this point you just need to test as well and adjust if you need more salt or seasoning. So that is done. Now we are going to move over to preparing the palm fruit base. So the palm fruit base, I'm going to use hot water to dissolve it. This process is very important because you find out that this palm fruit always has dirt in it. So you don't need to put it directly into the pot, else you end up eating sand, which is very bad to the teeth. So all you need to do is the bowl, take out all of the contents, pour in warm water, and make sure it is well melted. So when this is well dissolved, because the soup is already boiling, we are going to now add it up to the pot at this point. So the liquid, the quantity of water you need for the soup is what you should add to dissolve the palm fruit base, not too much. So for groundnut soup, depends on your preference. You can make it to whatever consistency you like. You can make it either thick or you can make it light. I prefer in between, not too light and not too thick. So I'm now going to add it to the pot now, very carefully, because the base has sand in it. So make sure you do not just pour everything into it. That is done. We'll just cover and allow it to cook, come to a boil. Now it is boiling. It's time for us to introduce the groundnut paste into it. I roasted, peeled and blended. Like I said earlier, you can use peanut sauce if that is what you can find, or if it's easier for you, don't want to go through the process of roasting and peeling the groundnuts. It will give you the same end result. Very importantly, when you add your peanuts into your pot of soup, do not go far away, because it gets burnt very quickly. So you need to keep an eye on it. So I'm just adding the peanut sauce and I'm going to stir and cover and allow it cook for a bit. Then we'll be adding our choice of vegetables. The soup is almost done, guys. Very simple, quick and easy, and a delicious meal. So at this point it is cooked. The peanut is cooked. You can even see the color is different now. So we are going to be adding bitter leaf. I like to use bitter leaf. I'm just adding the rest of the chicken now. I like to use bitter leaf because of the sweetness of the groundnut soup. Just like for my egusi too, I always like bitter leaf, so it helps to cut down the sweetness. And then I'm going to be adding spinach as well to it. So what I add in my kitchen is dry bitter leaf. That's why I'm using dry bitter leaf and fresh spinach. Okay, you can use fresh bitter leaf if that's what you have, and you may not necessarily need to use spinach or ugu or whatever. So I'll just stir, allow it to cook for the spinach to dissolve, and all to be absorbed. At this point you can test, adjust your seasoning and all, but my taste was right. The soup was so yummy. In fact, the aroma that filled the kitchen was heavenly. So this can actually be enjoyed with any sort of swallow of your choice, or rice. You can use rice to eat with it. You can use starch, you can use eba, you can use fufu, you can use your plantain flour fufu or so, or whatever, and enjoy this sumptuous meal. So guys, have you tried groundnut soup before? If you haven't, you are really missing. I wish I had periwinkle to add to this soup, so I've just made it so complete. So fam, at this point you can see the soup is ready. We are ready to move to the dining table to eat. Thank you so much guys for watching to this point. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.